Austin Ocheng. Wendy Kerubo. Today people look much different than last week. Nyola look better than last week. Yes, can we proceed?
Yes.
Prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the DCI completed their investigations and forwarded the inquiry file to the DPP. Your Honor, the DPP, having perused the entire file and the evidence therein, has now directed that the matter be placed before a magistrate having competent jurisdiction for the matter to be discussed of by way of a public inquest. He has further directed that the first to seventh respondents
Just a minute.
directed that the first to seventh respondent to be treated as witnesses in the intended inquest proceedings. You Honor, having gotten those directions, we now pray that the miscellaneous file before you be closed.
That the first R1 to R7 be treated as witnesses?
Witnesses in the inquest proceedings. We now pray that the file before closed, Your Honor.
We shall not be objecting. We have read that article which has taken. They shall be available as witnesses as and when required. Sorry.
Yes, Your Honor. I also concur with Learned Counsel and I appear with Mr. Faraday Nyangoro, but he has gone to the next court to handle a matter.
You're for the?
For the 7th and the 3rd. Together with Mr. Nyangoro and my learned friend. I want to concur and also maybe thank you for the humanness that you showed when we were here last week. I'm sure that the young people listened. I'm also happy that the IO has rushed through this. It's not hopeful now that years in practice. We have sat in the court and everything has rushed through and we finished it in the same day. Learned prosecutor has been very cooperative. Your Honor, I thank this court. I heard what my learned friend was saying. But having said that, Your Honor, the only thing I can say from my experience for these years is that sometimes when there's been an offense committed, it's not good to howl everybody that you find in that premises. Because injustice to one is injustice to everyone. So that to that extent, I'm only saying that the investigating officers should be able to understand that, especially the students, that we are also creating more psychological problems when we lock them up. And that is what you were saying last week, that we have a lot of problems in this country where children are psychologically affected. So locking them again, if only the police officers can consider the fact that these were university students, they must drop from anywhere. There must be a chain into their admission, so they were not going to escape to thin air. But this is for the next day. But all said and done, Your Honor, we do appreciate that there's again going to be an issue about psychological help for them, and I'm sure many parents are listening here, so that we don't leave them at that, even with the experience they have had in the sets. But all in all, I'm grateful that I was in your court. Thank you so much, Your Honor, and thank you for everyone who has been here, the press as well, so that you can be able to clean up your records, because these children, we don't want them
Counsel,
to
when you're still on your feet,
yes.
and now because you've prompted that, and we appreciate, maybe you're now the most senior most. Will you be saying that we are not saying that they are guilty, or they're the right place, in the right place at the right time?
No.
Can we say that it is all to the law enforcement agencies that were wrong? Did this law enforcement agency just pop into that house because they were all asleep and they are to blame? Could it be that they can sue the law enforcement agencies? And again, I will not be writing anything. Yes. Is there anything that you'll tell these children?
Yes. And
tell them, face them.
I was going to say that, yes, being at the wrong place, wrong time, and wrong company, I would be asking these young people to be each one's keeper. So that the extent that if they could notice that someone is completely drunk, and I'm not saying they were, but it's good to.
But they were. That's what we agree.
Yeah.
Cancel they were drunk. Even on Monday.
Yes.
You see, when you look at them today, and when you look at them on Monday, they were all drunk.
It is true. They look much better.
Today they look well groomed. That day they were just looking like, you know.
Yes.
You see, today they can even comprehend where they are. I don't think you realized where you were on Monday.
I agree.
Yeah, they did not know where they were.
Yeah,
today some of them have, I think, mumenyo anywele.
Yeah, they're clean.
I believe even if your lecturers are here today, you could be admitted to classes. But on Monday, none of you would have gotten into class. Not even at the gate, leave alone the classrooms.
So I was going to say that it's not only the time you are sipping the drink that you are friends. It is even after that you become each other's keeper. So that friendship can be friendship.
If I were all of you, I would be standing, because when you were raised up, when our parents were talking to us, I don't think you had been seated, because if you are seated, the next thing you heard is a rungu hitting your head. For those who were raised during our time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, you don't sit when an elder is talking to you. I could be old school thinking, but there's a lot of mentorship to be done to the seven of you.
Yes. But I wanted to say something also about the number 7. Number 7 was actually visited. He was not even with them. They don't know each other. That is why I was mentioning this very humbly.
Who was she visiting?
She was visiting her boyfriend.
Who is the boyfriend here?
Here is the brother of Dennis. So to that extent that I really
Counsel,
yes.
You see, you've opened up a Pandora box.
Yes.
When you are asking in mitigation,
Yes.
and I'll address it because you are the one who has brought it. You say that the 7 respondent is a parent, 3-year-old, yes. And all that. So again, today you bring to the issue of that she was visiting the boyfriend. So she had rather visit the boyfriend and leave her 3-year-old child with the parents.
And I like
those are the wrong morals.
I like the way you even asked it last week.
Yes.
You asked that question. But the point I'm trying to make is the same point I made, that generally speaking, when you find people in a flat and an incident has happened, it is good that the police take time to find out who was there and for what reason.
So you can wind up.
Yes,
wind up so that I take charge now.
Yes, I want to wind up and say that thank you so much for even giving me that time to address this young people.
Thank you. Flesh is all mine. Any other counsel in them? Counsel Faraday? Oh,
yes. Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon to you.
Given that my seniors have addressed the court, I'll concur with what my senior Umbeta said, my senior also. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
In less comment, we are happy that it ascended the way it ascended. However, we wish that we thought do clarify so that the names and the nature of all these practices will live with these kids. We appreciate the fact that they'll be able to correct the position as it was reported from the last time. Thank you, Your Honor.
Any other counsel who was in this matter?
No, I think, Your Honor, just, I think maybe you can just conclude. Whatever has been said, it's a wise word they have heard, and I tend to think that from this experience they have learned one or two things. They let them move on from here. Whatever steps they will take next, and to mentor them and all that.
Council Ombeta, have you said anything that can help these young guys?
I spoke to the first and fifth.
So why can't you speak to all of them now?
Right now.
You see, sometimes when they're out of this place, they think it is business as usual. Hata wataendelea kupiga sherehe.
Maybe I need to give them an example of myself, because even me, I have not been
very good,
but I became good. I became a better person. I was expelled in class 6.
Speak to them.
I was expelled
Maybe
in
stand
class
here and
6.
speak to them.
In class 6 in Nairobi Primary. After that, I went to Nairobi South. I was expelled in Jamhuri, first week, first term. I was in class for 4 days only and I was expelled. I went to Highway Secondary School, I was expelled. From Highway, I went to Friends School, Kamsinga, I was expelled. From there, I went to Kabarak, I was expelled. So, I had to reach a point where I had to realize what I'm doing probably is not the right thing. Because the route I was taking me down the drain. Though in all these places, instances, I was the best in class in all these things. But then, you trouble your parents. You give them ulcers. You give them anguish. They wake up in the morning, they are working so hard for you. But then, they get surprised because I am so certain that when the parents wake up in the morning and they're waking up at 4 a.m. that you're being arrested, they know you're in class, they know you're in college, but then they wake up in the morning, you are in the cells. Imagine the trauma that goes through them. Imagine the tension, imagine the pain they feel. Yet they have trusted you. That is why you can be given apartments to stay. That is why you can go and stay at home. And for us who are being beaten, we are staying in the hostels. And the food was bad, we couldn't cook for ourselves. Give that a consideration. And not only that, but also for yourself, because this is the time that you're molding yourself. All that time you were in high school, secondary school, probably you had that, gap for mischief. It was available for you. Here onwards, you're in campus. Where is that gap? You don't want your name to appear in social media because the next time it appears in social media, you go to your next employer and he Googles and sees that your picture is there.
Even for visas,
Yes.
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 I think you've put yourself in a very, very unfortunate situations. Because right now, even for the visas, it's just Google your name, either you'll get it or you'll not get it.
It becomes a problem. So anything you do now, in this age of technology, I'm not going to tell you work hard or not, you know that you're supposed to. I'm not going to tell you to read, you know you're supposed to. It is for your own good.
We have the report.
Cause of death?
We have fallen from the impact when she fallen from.
And you also had asked for the CCTV. Did you take them for the forensic?
Yeah.
And what is the CCTV?
The
Because you want the
CCTV
courts to...
We received officers from DCI headquarters who retrieved the CCTV and they extracted, after viewing, captured the movement of the deceased and the first respondent as they were leaving from the house of second respondent, which is in 12th floor. As they reach to the 11th floor, there is a grill which you cannot exit to block B. So they tried to jump whereby he could be able to enter to the balcony of the first respondent. So when after the E1 jumped, the deceased followed as per the CCTV footage. So that's what was the last moment.
So what do you want a magistrate to do?
So after we compile all, we forwarded to the ODPP. After they review and perused the file, that's when they have given us the
prosecution. That is so clear. Why would you want a magistrate to hear?
Toxicology, we forwarded we took some samples of blood from the deceased during the post-mortem, which was forwarded for the toxicology for analysis, which established that the deceased, she has consumed alcohol.
Are the parents of the deceased in court today? Or any relative of the deceased? So,
Parents of the victim?
or any relative? Now, I still get
Wazazi wa marehemu wako hapa.
a prosecution. If you, that is what is coming from your end, what do you want an inquest for?
It's just a procedural to close the file.
So just make your application, because if that is what was there, and all of them were drunk, that I can now say that you are all drunk. If there's any of you who was not drunk, can you tell me that you are not drunk on that day? Because I think it is in this court that you all came. Who was not drunk to raise their hand? So it is true you're all drunk. And now even for the late, you were equally drunk. So have you died since last week because you've not taken liquor? No. So is it doable that you can stay without liquor? Na ni pesa ya nani mlikuwa mnakunywa? Whose money were you people drinking? Whose money were you people drinking? Any of you employed? So whose money were you drinking? Gitonga, whose money were you drinking? Buyu ni Sonko. Is Gitonga's parents here? Talk to your daddy. And put your hands by your side. Ongea na daddy. Now that you're not being charged. Father. Nani namwambia apologize? Yeye anajua vile anakunaenda. Cancel. Ombesa. Sio ndio muongelesha?
I'm giving them an ability to start.
Acha tu. Unajua wakitoka hapo atakuwa ni wawili tu. Some of them I don't know if they are remorseful or bado munaona kwamba tu you are still okay. Is there anything you can tell daddy? Talk to your father. And look at him, talk to him. Because I believe he's not slept for the last 1 week. Before you speak, if any of you, if you think that there's nothing to tell your parents, I want you to step aside. Any of you. That would mean all of you have something to say. So talk to your father.
First of all, I'd like to express my condolences to the deceased and to my dad. I'd like to apologize for my behavior, and I do promise to do better going forward.
Sababu ungeweza kuongelesha bila ameongea.
First of all, I do send my condolences to their bereaved parents. It's very unfortunate for what happened. For me, it has started.
Wawili kwa nyumba muongelesha.
For me, that incident has started. Personally, to you, Kaluki, and even the rest of your friends, I think you have given us at the time for that bid. For me personally, has affected me psychologically. I wouldn't have thought you, Kariuki, could have brought me up to this level. But you know, I'm brief for those days. Maybe you are turning point. And I wouldn't expect you. You know, as we are toiling, looking for money from all over. And you guys, when you come around, you start making parties that money, even without thinking about it. I think it should be a lesson for you. We expect you to change the future from now, hence from there. You know what you are doing actually, you are making your own life. So you have the future you are preparing. And I think you have to take it seriously. That's all I can say.
Umesikia lugha imekupita? Where do you live?
Somebody Heights.
Nani analipa rent hapa? Dadi bado utamlipia rent kama ahame? Baba Kariuki, utamlipia rent?
Yeah, nitakulipia. Lakini initially, I think for that apartment where you're staying now currently, I would think about changing him from...
He has to change. Do you live in Nairobi?
No.
You don't?
Yes.
Okay. He has to change because it's not even good for him. And there's going to be stigma. He cannot live in there. Okay. Next. Louis?
First, I'd like to offer my condolences to the family of the deceased. It was an unnecessary death. We could have limited the way we were having fun. Then I'd like to say sorry to my mom for making you cry. And sorry for the burden to everyone else who came. I'll do better in the future. And thank you for giving me a second chance. It might not have gone this way. I'd also like to thank my lecturer for coming to court today.
Where is the lecturer? That's the person I really needed most. Where is the lecturer?
I'm here.
Oh, you are the lecturer. Which school, which campus is this?
Mount Kenya University, Parklands.
And you also have FAD?
Pardon you?
FAD Mayonga is there?
Yes.
I'm following you people. I will not leave you people. Nakuja yo. Ni MKU?
Yeah.
I'm coming. So what, as a lecturer, when you're still on your feet, what did you tell him? What can you tell him as your student?
Yes, as my student and my fellow youth, I'm actually touched by whatever is happening right now because it can actually happen to anyone. So it all depends with every decision you're making. So from what you eat, where you sleep, where you go, who you decide to associate with, it leads you somewhere. I believe that every decision you make leads you to a certain consequence. And unfortunately, this led you here. So I would urge you guys, I'm saying what you eat because literally everything you're doing. So meaning in every action you're making, every decision you're making, even to go to, let's say, to the toilet, you have to decide. You have to say, I'll go to a certain place. I'll move like this. I'll associate with a certain person. So for what I can say to you guys, every decision you're making, every move, literally I'm saying anything you're doing will lead you to a certain consequence. So that's basically what I can say, but you guys have disappointed your parents. I was actually putting myself there when the parents were talking, And oh my parent would swallow me whole. And I know that is exactly how they are feeling. As much as they are remorseful, they feel like probably they'll forgive you at some point. The victim, are crying, they have, it could have been any of you guys because you are doing the same thing. So you have to reflect, you have to think. I remember when I was in 4th year, the same thing happened, the same thing that is going on right now happened to me when I was in 4th year. We actually didn't want to do an exam, and we were contemplating and asking our lecturers not to have the exam done again because we didn't want to redo it. There was an issue of rigging of the exam. So some of our colleagues who had a birthday party, they actually left. And that weekend, we found out that they had died along Bagadi Way. I was in Kwea. So we were in 4th year. Our classmates have died, 2 of our classmates. One was critically ill in hospital. So basically I'm saying anything you're doing, it's not new for you guys to find yourself in that situation because we can also find ourselves in the same situation. But what you do, what you decide to do is what matters. Those went to, the ones who went for the birthday party, that happened to them. For us guys who decided we wanted to do the exam again, we did the exam and we finished. And it's been years after we finished. So it's up to you guys to decide what you want. That's all I can say.
Louis, you mentioned your mom, and is your dad in court?
Yes.
For him, no apology?
No.
You're not apologizing to your father?
No.
Why?
No, sorry.
Okay. So, Louis' parents are they here? That's R2.
Come again?
Okay, respondent number 2. That's daddy and mommy.
Yes.
So, you've spoken to your mom.
Yes.
Mom, is there anything you'd want to say before we get to dad? Mom, you will start with mom, then we go to dad. Mom, is there anything you want to tell Louis? Louis, that's your mommy talking. You know why I do this? Because I think you people were at a space that first I've asked you if you're drinking your own money, none of you is working. Now, Louis, I will not take rudeness. This is a court of law. These are your parents. Is that your mother?
Yes.
Is this your father? You cannot say that you can't apologize to your father. Who is paying your fees?
My father.
And you can't apologize. You cannot apologize. What has your mother told you?
To apologize to my father.
That is your mother. Is that your biological mother?
Yes.
This is your biological father?
Yes.
And you're saying you cannot, and your mother has told you to apologize?
I'll apologize.
You will?
Apologize.
Because?
My mom has asked me to apologize.
Okay, sit. Okay, sit down. Just sit down. Just sit down. We'll deal with it. Don't worry. And I've told you I'm still a mother. Don't feel intimidated. Even mine are at this age. We will deal properly. Katie Louis, number 3.
First, I'm sorry.
This is who? This is Lucy.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, parents. These things happen. Don't be embarrassed. Watoto ni wetu wote. Do not feel intimidated. Do not feel this is the worst that has happened. It is okay. Yes, Mora?
I'm sorry to...
Is there any parent for Mora here?
The father is here, the mother is here.
Yes, thank you, Wazazi. Asante. I talk to mom and dad.
I'm very sorry to my parents. I will personally change my behaviors.
Kwanza uongee kizungu kama unajua dadi na mami wanasikia. You live a real life. Even kama ni kwa Kisii utaongea kwa Kisii. I'll get an interpreter here. Speak to them in a language that they can understand. And you must be remorseful.
I'm very sorry for whatever happened. And I'm sorry for also wasting my time. I'm sorry for associating with funny characters, and I promise to change.
Any remorse to your colleague who is now not with us?
I'm so sad that Lorna is not here with us today, and I would like to send my condolences to the family.
Mom, ndo tanza kuongea alafu ndo dadi aongee naye. Mama mzazi ni nani? Aongea naye.
Lucy. Nitanguliza nisikanyaga kotini. Umenifanya kwa mara ya kwanza nije kotini. Lucy, nilikuleta usome. Ningelipenda uwe kwa gazeti kwa maneno mazuri, si maneno yenye niliona. Umeniaibisha. Ndio inaweza tendeka hata kwangu nikitoka, labda tuko na chama ikatendeka, lakini sasa inatakikana muwe na upendo katikati yenu. Chukulia maisha ya mwingine kukua kama yako. Mumeingia kwa pombe yenye sijui pombe inawapeleka wapi. Si tukiwaleta shule, tukiwaleta kwenda kukunywa pombe. Grupu yenye mmeshikana hii, siwezi kujua ni nini mnafunzana na lipi mmepata kwa maisha sasa hivi. Mmekaa ndani kwa siku 7. Leo ikiwa siku ya 8, sijui mmejifunza nini. Ninaona mwenzako anasema hata hawezi kuapologize. Sijui ni mafunzo gani mnafunzana watoto. Hakika ni uchungu. Ni uchungu tena sana. Nimekuelekeza kwa njia ya kanisa. Ni yapi haya unanitendea mwanangu? Lucy, badilika. Hakuna penye pombe itakupeleka. Hakuna penye raha itakupeleka. Haina certificate. Uko na miaka 18. Chagua uamuzi ulio bora. Chagua marafiki walio bora. Marafiki si wabaya, lakini angalia ni marafiki gani unatembea nao. Ni marafiki wa kukuelekeza ama wa kuzidi kukuharibu. Ni uchungu Lucy. Ni uchungu wazazi wenzangu. Ni uchungu kwa hao watoto. Nyinyi nyote sisi ni mama zenyu. Ni magani haya mnatutendea? Asante kwa watu wote ambao wamekuja hapa kutusaidia kuongelesha hao watoto. Kwa yule mama na baba mwenye mtoto yao amekufa, nilichukua hiyo kiato nikaivaa. Hata sasa hivi ni dadangu amenilazimisha nikuje hapa, lakini mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa ninalia. Ninaona kwamba hiyo kiato mtoto amekufa kwa njia isiyoeleweka, kwa njia ya kukunywa pombe sinziani. Na wazazi tunalala, hatukuli, hatuna maisha mazuri kwa sababu tunataka watoto muwe na maisha mazuri kushinda ile maisha yenye sisi tumeishi. Hakika nilisikia kama ni uchungu kama mzazi. Imenishika, nimeshindwa kuongea, nimeshindwa kutembea, hata kukula sikuli. Kwa huyo mama, kwa huyo baba, Mungu azidi tu kuwafunga mkanda. Ni chungu hata hawezi kanyaga mali hapa, ataeleza nini. Watoto muwe na mwelekeo. Usije mkazidi kutuaibisha namna hii. Endeni kwa kanisa kutoka sasa hivi. Mujue msamaha ni nini. Mujue kutembea njia zake Mwenyezi Mungu. Kama mngelikuwa mmelewa, mngelifika mahali hapa. Sina mengi ya kusema. Ni huzuni wazazi wenzangu. Ni uchungu.
Asante mama. Baba mzazi.
Nami wacha nichukue fursa hii ya kusema ni asante bali tumefika. Kwanza wacha nitumie rambirambi zangu kwa ile mtoto ambayo alifariki. Indeed, this could not have happened if you kids tumetuma shule, umeenda shule kufanya yale tumewatuma mfanye, si ni kweli?
Yes.
Tumewatuma kwenda kufanya parties kwa shule?
No.
Mliulizwa hiyo pesa mnatoa wapi? Kama kusema mlisema? So it will depend, and if you are not disciplined, I can assure you, you can't get far. Otherwise, you are so clever, you must be disciplined. Once you are disciplined, all these things will flow. Naona mwingine hapa anaambiwa apologize, anasema hawezi. Tunafikiria
Louis, you are still saying no. Where's the court orderly that I have here? Mpeleke chini Louis, wacha kae chini. Enda kaa wewe, tutadeal na yeye baadaye. Because even this, the father tomorrow is talking to you, you are still affirming that you are not going to apologize.
I wasn't referring.
But I'm looking at you, that is why I'm here. Kama you can't apologize, ni nini? What is the problem? Kaa na yeye hapo kwanza. Shida ni nini?
Kwa hivyo vile desturi iko, asiyesikia.
Your dad is talking to you. Wacha kuvaa sweater. Listen to what daddy is saying.
Unanielewa? Yes. So mkiona wote
siku ile baridi haiko anashika, si mlikuwa tu sawa? Leo itakushika baridi hapa kotini. Listen to what your father is saying.
If you see all this sitting in this court, hawa ni watu walifuata maneno vile ilikuwa inatakana, ndio sababu leo wamekaa viongozi hapa mbele yetu. Sasa nyinyi ipo mbele na wapeleka wapi? Lucy, hiyo bunge na kukaa wapi? Your Honor, I want these people to assure me, kutoka hapa will be following. Nataka kila mmoja waape that they will never again go to these silly things they're doing. Sijui how we're going to do it.
I said first mufungue WhatsApp group kama wazazi.
Yes.
And then you account to each other. Now that I know this MKU, that one lecturer I know, Fad is my very good friend. Nitafuata. Because I have a passion in mentorship. And one thing tulikubaliana, hakuna pombe tena mnakunywa pesa ya wazazi. Shame on you. Ingekuwa ni yenyu afadhali. But wazazi ndio hawa. You take their money and mnakunywa. Continue baba.
Kwa hivyo yangu ni kusema mkitoka hapa, you must be changed people. Tumekubaliana hivyo? Sawa. Na I know vile wengi tumeona. You see, kama sio zile enzi za CCTV wakati wetu, it could be very difficult to exonerate you from this incident.
Very true.
Sio kweli?
Very true.
Nyinyi mngesumbuka sana. Msifikiri mchezo. How do you pull yourself out of that incident? You can't. Now that leads to this. Vile lecturer amesema, everything you do, you must be sure what you are doing. Unaelewa? That's all I can say.
Have you spoken to the umeongelesha wazazi? Number the next one.
My deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. Personally, I'm really remorseful. Secondly, I would like to apologize to all my parents who are here and who have been still supporting me by coming to the station, even though I've put you through all this shame. I'd like to say that I'll change and never take alcohol again.
Wazazi wa Italy.
nchi nzima sisi tunasema amani iwe juu ya kila mmoja. Ndio salamu alaykum. Alijifunza na chochote, naomba ombe msamaha vizuri na nguvu tu.
I apologize. Apologize to my mom, to everyone, to my dad, for wasting your time coming here. I'm truly remorseful.
Baba mzazi yuko? Ali, baba mzazi yuko hapa kotini?
My dad is here.
Baba Ali?
Naomba wajifunze kutokana na hayo waliyofanya, wasijaribu kufanya mambo kama haya tena. Wazingatie maslahi yao na masomo yao na warudi kwa Mwenyezi Mungu.
Mmemsikia baba na mama?
Yes.
Precious, Kendi Mtembei.
My deepest condolences to the family of the deceased. I would like to apologize to my parents. Mom always tells me that when you're a member of a family, you're part of a team, and whatever you do affects everyone else in the family. And seeing as all three of my names are out there, I know this incident affects you guys as much as it affects me. And I would like to apologize for the wrong choices I made that day. We will never be in this situation again. I plan to make a real change.
Parents to Kendi? Okay. Speak to her. Mama anaweza anza, then baba malize.
Thank you, Your Honor. Precious, first and foremost, I want to state to the court, has lost a childhood friend. The guy who passed on was a friend from primary, and I want to tell her I understand her pain. Because the first time I visited her, she really cried. I understand she's mourning her friend, and I want to tell her I do understand her pain. She has tendered an apology, but from the statement from the courts, I found out that she was in bed waiting to accommodate her friend who was in a party. I will not tell her to abandon her friends, but I will tell her to make good choices and talk to her friends so that they understand one another. And where your friends are going out drinking, don't be the one to house them. Because you can see now the kind of problems we have faced. I've spent a whole week plus in Nairobi. It's been very draining psychologically, because when your child is charged with murder, you do not know the direction it will take. And I really want to say, Precious, you have to work a lot on the choice of your friends. You have to work a lot on yourself. You can see you've been here, you missed your classes, and because of wrong choices. To all these kids, I want to say, a parent's love is eternal. It never ends. But you should not exploit it in such a manner that you kill that source of love. The tension you put us through, the rest pressure you put us through, the days we have not had to eat because we were worried about you, you can easily kill your parents. Then the question is, where will you source this love from? Love blossoms when it is shared. We love you. We are going to forgive you. We are going to support you. From a human perspective, Your Honor, all these kids are mourning because they lost their friend. And that was not the intention that day. But their actions and bad consequences. Your choices have made all of us suffer. Your choices have affected very many people. Precious, I want to say, your baby sister who is in high school has been crying and praying every day for you. Your Honor, she even went ahead. I found her searching for causes of alcoholism when she learned that Lorna, a child she knew that girl a baby sister knew the girl. I found her searching on Google causes of alcoholism and ways to treat it. A child is doing that on your behalf, the 7 of you. It's a wake-up call. You need really to think through. I have said we love you, but you can kill your source of love. You're killing us slowly through your actions. But because we understand you, we are going to mentor you, we are going to continue loving you. And I appeal to all these parents because we have double trauma here. If they have never been to a police cell before, that is trauma. They have also lost a friend they do not wish to die. They had no motive, no intention. So they are mourning and they have also gone through a police cell. I'm appealing to all the parents. We may be mad right now, we may be hungry, but they'll always be our children. So I'm requesting that we help them through counseling, mentorship, support, and because alcoholism does not end in a day, we walk the small steps and help them reach the point where we'll be. Pending when you're ready to come home, when the court sends you to me, I'll be waiting, loving you as much as our boys loved you.
Thank you. I also want to begin by tendering my condolences to the late Lorna, the girl I knew. I visited the family once or twice with my daughter. It was unfortunate. But then again, as a father, I will not tell these kids that sometimes in life we do things because we want to please or want to earn from our parents. Some of you are, not some of you, but all of you are promised me to change. I don't know how you're going to begin or you're going to end. If you've been in alcohol, I know it takes, it's not a one-off that you just today I'll stop drinking and then you stop it. I don't know. You need to have a whole paradigm shift and say, you make a decision not purely informed about what has happened today, but looking at even the futuristic consequences. I end by saying, what you cannot do during the day, don't do it at night. Because during the day people are watching you, but at night you assume that nobody's watching me, so I do things just like you did. So today you're promising us during the day, in short, what you are not trained to do during the day, please don't do it at night. Just over that.
Austin Ochieng.
First, like to send my condolences to the family of the deceased. If the whole ordeal was heavy on us, I can't even imagine how heavy it was on them. And I'd like to apologize to my family, my aunt, my aunties, and uncles, and my mom. And personally, only somebody insane would like to go through this ordeal again. So I promise a change of lifestyle and a change of habit.
Parents to Austin.
Thank you, Your Honor. It's unfortunate somebody had to die because of bad choices that these kids make. Austin, hey, this one we have told everything that we can tell. Somebody who you've given up. This is this boy, this one, who he's the way he is now. But everything anybody can do, we've done with this boy. The way he is now, he's saying he's sorry. I don't know what happens tomorrow. Me, Austin, it won't be business as usual. Go back home. You are not going to stay alone again. You will not, okay? Your Honor, if there's anything you can do for Austin to go, because he has proved that he can't stay alone. Yeah, so it's not business as usual. For me, your apologies, they're just somewhere along the way. Because I know 1, 2 days, 3 days, we'll be dealing with the same issues again. So Your Honor, if Austin can go back home, he has proved that he can't stay alone. It's not business as usual.
So how many of you here have parents who live in Nairobi? So one order will be that you are all going back home because you need it more than any other time. Unajua hapa sasa ni kama kila mtu ameachilia. There are those times that you feel like you can beat. After all, these are the parents who have carried you. So they are at their lowest That is the pain that a mother and a father can have. Any other thing you'd want to tell Austin, Mama Austin?
Austin, the only thing I'm telling Austin, from where I'm sitting, yeah, unless something happens like a flash, I cannot take Austin's apology that he will change. Something different has to happen. You know what this is? Austin, you're not staying alone again. You know, what are you going to do different? Tell me in front of everybody, what will you do different? What will you do different? How many times have we been called at night that you're either high or you're on... You've been on rehab, Austin. Ushaenda whole pack of rehab. 6 months you've been on rehab. So what is changing today? Your apology. Your Honor, I plead with this court. This boy cannot stay alone again. He can't. Austin, you can't be married, even if you people have girlfriends, or you people are not, I mean, not reach that age to have wives and husbands. I don't know why you guys are getting excited about boyfriends, girlfriends, what. You can't make it. Your rent is being paid for. So you've proved that you cannot handle this anymore. So for me, your apology, it's somewhere along the way, because I know something drastic must happen in your life that is going back home. So let's see where you're going to be drinking and
Ali, you see that I know your names now. That's a Duko for Austin. That is the pain of a parent. Hapa ni loans. Sijui kama kuna mtu ana loan hapa. If you don't have a loan here, put your hand up as a parent. Is there any person here ana loan hapa kwa hii courtroom? Wangapi wako na loan ya watoto? Austin, did your mother put her hand up? Your mother is not present, but there is somebody talking to you as a mother. The last one. That is just to get the name corrected. When was that not for you to work on? So let us speak first and you speak for me. Shall we go?
First of all, I would like to send my deepest condolences to the family of the victim, because as much as it was a grief, it was a brief encounter. It has genuinely made an shattering impact, because before that night, I hadn't met most of everyone we are standing here with. And circumstantially, it breaks me that I feel this way. And even in the previous arraignment, and the thought of having a daughter and having received those two, the depth of my condolences knows no bounds. As for that,
knowing that I left my daughter in care, trying to figure out my next steps towards independence. As we have literally been told by all the parents here, by the judge, about not having any source of income towards our own accommodation and otherwise. And I just feel like I want to say I'm sorry for taking the safety and security of not only me but my daughters.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And first and foremost, I wish to extend my sincere condolence to the child who died. It was indeed unfortunate, and I indeed feel very sorry. I felt very much hurt when I heard that somebody has lost life in the process of others enjoying themselves, and I don't know whether it was enjoyment or whatever it was. It is something I would appreciate to even associate to my daughter. I take care of my daughter, and they had a child, that is my grandchild. And I must confess that I will be extremely strict to her. She hardly goes out. And it's only when this time, when she goes to see her friend, then she enters into a crossfire, and she's now connected with the rest who are enjoying for the night. It is indeed unfortunate, but we say when you take animals to the river to take water, even if they touch and only one drinks the water, we say all animals have drunk. Same thing now, when I see all these children having this kind of problem, and my daughter is also included, I really feel sorry. It is indeed unfortunate. Not that anybody can appreciate the kind of behavior when we expect our children to go to school and study and be independent. What we usually advocate is for them to be independent and to take care of themselves rather than depending on the parents. I've always told my daughter also, choices have consequences. Choose a wrong company, you get a problem. Choose good company, you will prosper. Well, it's unfortunate she has been found in such a circumstance. And I am sure she's even sorry of what has happened, and I accept her apology. And even if I didn't know her, then I could say she's maybe lying. But I don't think she was drunk or taken the substance, which now she finds herself being accused of. And I must thank the court for at least being lenient to them, because the issue is a very serious matter, and I hope the lesson you have learned is more than you could ever imagine to again do in the future. Thank you very much. Otherwise, even us, we have been having sleepless nights, agonizing, and was left with a small child who have also been taken care of while you wait for her. Thank you very much, and may God bless you so much.
If I hear you well, mzazi, unasema kwamba your child she was not drinking and you know her very well. That's
Yes.
what you said. So she was, how did she end up getting herself to where she was?
She went to see her friend.
So if you knew her very well, what kind of friends does she have?
Well, when she's out, I may not necessarily know,
So
but when
that's
she's
why one thing I usually say as a parent, let's never swear that you know our children. Because I believe most of you are here because you are all short. So never say never. Even from where I sit, nanyenyekea, nikiitwa kwa shule, tunaambiwa vile ilikuwa, but siwezi kataa. Because that is another thing that as parents, we sometimes don't get it right. And I'm not writing. These children can shock us.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm not saying she can't do anything which is contrary to what I know.
Yes.
She can do. She's capable of doing it, and I'm not saying she can't do. She can.
So in these circumstances, are you feeling that she has been put here by wrongly?
By circumstance.
I don't think you're right. For you, I think all the parents have spoken, but there I will say that you are not right. If you think you knew your girl very well, then she should not have been here. Hapo umekosea. If you knew her friends, simama tu, I'm still talking to you mzazi, because we are here by virtue of our children. Do you know any of these children? No. So who are your children's friends? Because you say you know her very well, it is the circumstances.
What I said, Your Honor, is that I've been very strict on her, and she usually says that. It's only this time when she went out. Well, I don't know when she's in college what she does, or the kind of friends she has, but when she's at home, I know her very well, that she's a disciplined girl.
So when she's at school, you also know her very well?
No, I don't know her.
Yeah, so these children can surprise us. So the thing is, one thing that in parenting, and nobody's a perfect parent, is sometimes we should know who our children's friends are. That's why I've asked you, do you know any of them?
No, I don't.
Kerupo, which university are you in? KCA. Any other person here is in KCA? And how did you end up being here?
Because I was visiting my boyfriend.
Who is here?
No.
Yeah.
He's there.
Where is the boyfriend?
We were meeting at...
Where is the boyfriend? Simama. Mzazi namjua huyu. That's why I say we never swear with our children. Mbona nakwambia huyu ndio boyfriend. That is why let us never swear as far as that. Mbona kiruko nakwambia huyu ndio boyfriend. Wewe unasema wewe Do you know this gentleman?
No, I don't know him.
Do you know Kiruko's father?
No, I don't know him.
So that is why as parents, let us never swear. These children can shock us. Mtoto anaweza kuambia yuko Mombasa lakini yuko Busia. Na ni wetu. Ukifika hapo unakuta ni wako. And parenting is not for the faint-hearted. Usimwona vile umeongea? Yeye amekwambia alikuwa kwa boyfriend. Hata angalia kwa bibi na yeye anasema alikuwa kwa boyfriend. How the boyfriend was not here is now a story for another day. You live where these people live. Your harmony.
I don't.
So where were you?
So I was in my cousin's apartment.
Where? In Harmony?
Yeah. My cousin responded number 2.
Louis. Or you went to visit Louis?
Yeah. And she came to see me there. And at around 8 p.m. I got a call to go do a certain job. I went to do it. When I went back the next morning, I did not find anyone.
So you left her there?
Yes, ma'am.
And the only person she knew there was you. Are you seeing the way you got into the wrong company? Just are you seeing the way you know your child? You have made up on a boyfriend. You are together for your paper. Your girl is left there. He's just out because he went to look for another job. Otherwise, angekuwa respondent number 8. Could have been here. But what saved him was he went to look for a job. Left the girl there. Hasa mtoto amepatikana. You're only lucky. If people were not in this courtroom, sijui nani angekuja kutumia. I would have beaten all of you. Not that I'm a better parent, because I feel the pain of each and every parent here. As much, it must be tough love. It cannot just be love, oh baby, sijui by these names that we call our children. Only in the US that you cannot beat, but here proper African parents, ile ya polisi ile, unawapiga kabisa, you sober up fast. Yeah, sometimes it's just tough love that can make you people reason out. I would do it just as do with my own biological. Tupigane nione kama mtanipiga sasa. So this is 1 week wasted, if not 2. People who have day-to-day businesses are losing out as parents here. People are paying loans. Na nyinyi mnajipigia sherehe. Is there anything you'd want to say as a boyfriend? Sasa hii tukupatie Kerubo uende kuishi naye from today. Can you take care of Kerubo?
I don't have the financial capacity.
Kerubo umesikia? The child is yours. The child that Kerubo has is your child. Ukipatia Kerubo baba Kerubo akikupatia msichana leo utakaa naye. Are you able to take care of her? Are you in campus?
I graduated already.
Which university?
Sindemuliro University, Science and Technology.
Come back to us when you want to get married. We will bless you. Ikuwe Koito, ikuwe Nyombo, ikuwe kwa Kisimu mnaitaje? Waambie wasikie. Ikuwe hiyo wanasema ya Kikisi, then the blessings will come back to you. Sasa mnachukua na vizuri. But hii kuficha alafu shida inawapata, there are no blessings there. And I'm not a better parent. Hizi vitu mnafanya hata mimi kwangu nimeziona. But me I beat. Na gonga wanajua. I beat properly. I don't joke around. Because you either tell me where you are and not that I'm a better parent. Kwanza hizi nywele zenyu hizo mmeweka dread na mwende mnyoe. Mmenielewa? Unless your parents approve of them. Any parent who I have nothing against dreads. But today you are looking a bit better. First impression really says a lot about anybody. You can imagine if I was here and shabbily dressed. Can you take me serious? Stand up. Louis Yosulu. Kwanza hizi nywele zenyu hizo mmeweka dread na mwende mnyoe. Mmenielewa? Unless your parents approve of them. Any parent who I have nothing against dreads, but today you are looking a bit better. First impression really says a lot about anybody. You can imagine if I was here and shabbily dressed. Can you take me seriously? Today you're better groomed. And even if you don't dress, let them be decent. Lastly, Louis. Austin was in your house. Kerubo was in your house. Who else was in his house? Nani tena? Nyote, all of you are in his house. Are you seeing? Now that is the crime scene. That is what the police calls the crime scene. And then you're the one again who can tell the court that you can't apologize to your father. Why is it that you can't apologize to your father?
I misspoke.
No, it's okay. Just say it. I'm not writing. Will not judge you. Maybe there are some things that you don't want to say, but why is it? Why do you feel that you can't apologize to your father?
Can I speak freely?
You're allowed. You are allowed. And cameras off at that point. And the consequences. Ulichukuliwa mkono? Yes. Do you know what that means? Another counsel to explain to them when fingerprints are taken.
We check the records, the past records.
Tell them.
That will tell them they will check the past records.
Certificate of good conduct?
Certificate of good conduct will be an issue here.
Waambie, unajua watoto ni ile tukiongea, when parents talk to them they think ni story ya jaba. Sasa msikie.
If it's being looked at now, and this is getting a job, the fingerprints have got to say whether you have been involved in any crime. And you know what that means? The job can go. You may not even get it.
If you ask for a visa?
Everything now goes back to the fingerprints. Visa, applying for a job, looking for, everything else actually goes around. And but my thinking, I think the court also has a duty to look at the reports, and if it finds that
there was not a probation report.
There was a report from the DPP after the investigations. But the court can also make a decision from there whether there will be an inquest or not.
I want to give to another court because I've been too involved with them, and I wanted to talk to them as a parent. I wouldn't want to do the legal recourse for them. I think for me, my empathy went out as a parent more than the legal person in me. So I've done a lot of talking more than writing. And because that is what the prosecution or DPP has found, I'll give it to another court. If they find that it was a slip, let that court decide. But I think it will be prejudicial for me again to sit down and hear the inquest. So I'll allow another court to deal with that. For me, it was the mother in me that wanted to talk to all of you. Okay? Whether speaking to you or beating you physically, that was what I wanted to do. So that the next time when you see me somewhere, you can buy me tea. And say, lakini majapo ulikomenda sana. Hapo ulienda sana. We can talk about that. And that is the discussion I want us to have. So be friends to your parents. Talk to them. Don't fear them. And a parent, I would mean, whether the biological parent or not, find somebody you think you can always talk to. Because if you did that, I don't think this would. Yeah, even if you have those boyfriends, we are happy that it is of opposite sex, or same sex. Yeah, now that one would be another thing altogether. But these girlfriends, boyfriends, bring them home so that we see them. Don't shock us in the streets of Nairobi. Tumelewana. Uzuri, the only thing nawapatia bonga points ni boy girl. Sio girl na boy. Hapo ni mwapatia bonga points. Kama nimesema vibaya. Because would have been another story that this is my, what did they say, party? These are the opposite now ni mwapatia bonga points. But if given now ati mwende mkae na my boyfriends ama girlfriends, hakuna mtu anafanya kazi hapa. Nyote, everybody goes home from now. Mmenielewa? Those girlfriends, you bring them home to wakague.
You may find that they are relatives.
Ndio nasema walete, waambie huyu Your father and my father were do you know that this so and so is your uncle?
Yeah.
So bring them home so that we tell you that you're not related. Otherwise you'll be Nairobi here.
She didn't know that she's my niece.
Na sunaona kama mkaa amekuja na ni mkali. Umenielewa? So bring those people home so that we know them. Tumeelewana? Now for me, tell me what you want to tell me. Uniambie. Sasa forget the past. Sasa mimi muniambie. Start with Louis. Talk to me. What? Just tell me one word. I want us to finish in the next 7 minutes. We are done. Talk to me.
Thank you for showing us a mother's love instead of don't take it lightly or for granted. I won't personally waste this opportunity you've given us.
Terrible.
As a mother first, and I really support, and I also wouldn't want to take it for granted.
This for granted, and thank you for sort of walking in our parents' shoes.
Is hearing allowed? An inquest hearing will be handled before Honorable Mugo in court number 7. December 2025 for directions and hearings.
Yes, you are asking that probably just as you do that and as we go to that court, even because I heard from my colleagues, they'll also be actively involved in the matter, and it goes on, even can be supplied with those statements that the prosecution will be having, and also a copy of the report from the DPP so that we can also be able to analyze and see whether we can make an application to try and stem that.
Allowed? I don't think I have to put them on bond or
No.
that I do not have to. We've spoken long enough. I believe it's been a good talk. Tough, but we love you. We really do. So the statements be availed to the councils as prayed. Mention will be on the 9th day of December 2025 before court number 7, Honorable Mugo. Now, Louis, as you step down, go to your father and your mother, and Mama too, because I want you to go and stand next to them. Just hug that mommy of yours. That one carried you for 9 months. Go hug that daddy of yours. That one has walked with you. You say he's the best daddy. Akina mkono moja. You beat them, but you still love them, huh? Austin, is it not Austin? When you go to your daddy, from daddy to one is here. Austin. Dennis, karaoke? No, we are still at the end. Austin, who is here for you? Go to mom. Hata kama ni auntie. If I say I'm your mother, she will hug me. Hata go and hug that you want to call your mother. No,
know she's only so annoyed with you. Yet she's the one who's going to receive you. You still don't want her to go. You can't stay with her. Next day, mom to dad, go. We still love you. Daughters and daddies, and for mommy, daughters and my next Ali. Your dad, Ali, mama, mama. Those are the things that parents do. And then we go to Mora. So Mora can you get Mama? The dad has gone, but the mother is present. And last is a real what that shows that even the bad that you do, at the end of the day, you nobody will take you out here. That is what that symbolizes. It is deepest when it hits home. Okay? Are you with your brother? Umemata kwa mata? Hapa in Nairobi. So that's what the 7 you should know at the end of the day. Imagine you still go back to family. Umeona hiyo? You've seen that? So I think directions have been given in this matter. I will allow maybe councils and your, I think the one thing that they need to do is they must support the victim's family. So agree on how, whether you want to go and visit them, whether you want to be during the funeral. It's also good for them for closure. But I think I've given directions that you will all attend case number 7, and that the statements will be available to the councils involved, and any other thing will be done before that.
Thank you very much, Thank you.